Welcome Libra to your reading with Molly the Star Kid at Starkidignited. This will be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North nodes. And it will cover for the next 30 days. So these messages are always timeless. Whenever you're drawn to watch this reading is the right time for you to receive the messages. We are recording in Cancer season in July. So it will be for July, if you catch it when it comes out. But if not, whenever you find it is the right time. Okay, Libra. So let's jump into your astrological energy check-in. So these are based on the astrology for the next 30 days. And then we'll jump into your part 1 reading. So we're just going to do general messages from Spirit, what's going on. And part 2 will be on Patreon, where we will delve even deeper into love, money, and career. The Patreon level is $10 USD a month or $16 Australian. So I'd love to see you guys over there. And let's get into it. So let's begin. Libra. Your career, legacy, and role in the world has been a focus this last month. Taking action, expressing who you are, and finding beauty through your expression of who you are. Maybe attracting more friends and like-minded collectives through your ownership of your truth and all the effort you've made recently to boost your career, public profile, and what you're known for. This can also include social media. So the 10th house is like how the public view us. It's like our public role, our public identity, I guess. And so that obviously in the world we live in now, social media comes into that as well. So Libra, you could be doing something on social media that's really boosting your profile, or it obviously can just be in career if you have a set career that's in the public eye, or it doesn't even have to be in the public eye. It's just how people see what you're doing. It's the title that you give when people ask, what do you do? Okay, your dreams are feeling louder. Your hopes and goals have expanded, and this may leave you feeling a bit exhausted or needing to retreat. You have many wishes for collective change, aspirations for a better world, and are attracting people that are as passionate as you. This coming month, you will be reviewing the ways you interact with groups, how you harmonize your energy with others when expressing yourself. And it feels like you desire more authenticity and to feel recognized for who you are. But reflection, readjustment, and review are required on your part. You may find your aesthetic changing. What you find beautiful, the values you aspire to, etc. may all evolve or shift this month. Money may also factor in. You're caring less about how things look, the glitzy extras, the way you look in a group of, like, for example, the way you look in a group of successful friends, and focusing on what feels aligned, what you actually desire, and seeking to shine more and be noticed for things that mean something to you, rather than what others, society, family, etc. tell you are important. Yeah, so as I said, it's like rather than, it's like potentially moving out of an energy where in the past it was like, I love having all these wonderful people around me because it makes me look successful and I feel really like, like big and noticed here, but I don't maybe, it's like that group of friends that are really popular that we love hanging out with because it makes us look really good, but they don't actually care about what we care about, or they don't actually care about who we are, or like when we have a bad week they don't check up on us. It's just like, that kind of energy. So it really feels like you're wanting more authenticity, Libra. You're really wanting to shine for who you actually are, to be recognized, and that's an exciting time for the next 30 days. So let's jump into your card reading and see what Spirit has to say. Awesome. Okay. All right, Spirit. So what is going on for Libra right now? What would you like? What is in the highest and best for their attention to be focused on? What energy is moving through their life in the next 30 days? And how can they best utilize it to come closer to their dreams, to become more of who they are, and to let go of any self-limiting beliefs, doubts, judgment, and pain in their life so that they can live a successful, wonderful, happy life. So Spirit, what's going on with Libra right now? Okay. So we have the return of Aphrodite, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, and treating as sacred. Okay, awesome. And this is card 13, so that breaks down to a 4. I'll give you guys. Okay. Yeah, so I think, and it's awesome, it's like the return of Aphrodite. Okay, I think you're wanting to embody more of your sacred essence, more of your, your goddess energy. And what is that? Like, what is a goddess energy? It's something that is confident, calm, and powerful in the knowing of who they are. They don't need validation. They don't need to be... this beautiful sacredness that they have doesn't need to be confirmed by anyone else. It's like a true inner knowing with spirit, with source, like a soul activation. It's who your soul is. So your soul resonates with it and it makes sense to be in this energy. Yeah, you may be feeling a little bit in between worlds right now, Libra. As we can see that she's like half in the water and half in the air. So you might be, half in your emotions, half in your head, really trying to understand yourself more, better, and to show up as yourself in a more sacred way. So really feeling self-assured, feeling anchored in who you are and how special and beautiful that you really are. Obviously, if you're a male Libra, or even if you're a female Libra and you like females, the return of Aphrodite could be the return of an old love. It could just be the return of an old love of something. So maybe like you absolutely loved art when you were younger, and then, life happened and people told you artists make no money, but now you feel your powerful soul energy calling you to that, and you know that there's something there for you. Or obviously it could be in love, like there could be someone, even it could be a new person, but they're returning from a past life. So someone that you're going to feel really safe and secure and connected with and just aligned with, Libra. And yeah, you might be going through initiation stages or things that are really bringing this out of you. You might find that you're being met with a lot of opportunities to show this energy. Okay, so let's see, what are the emotions under this? How's Libra feeling first off? How are they feeling right now? What's their emotional vibration, spirit? Where are Libras at? Where are Libras at? What is the emotion? What is going on emotionally? Okay, we got 2. All right. Awesome. All right, okay. All right, so the first card, oh, and we have another 13. Sacred feminine number, so very awesome. Definitely feminine energy coming through strongly for you here in this reading. We have the jellyfish, number 13. And jellyfish represents transparency. So beautiful. We'll get into that. And then your next card that we have is blue bottles. And we have abandonment with blue bottles. Okay. Yeah. So this, I guess the transparency card could go one of 2 ways, and you'll know better how you're showing up in your own life and how you're feeling emotionally. Transparency obviously talks about being honest and transparent, allowing people to see us for who we really are, allowing us to see ourselves for who we really are. But obviously when the transparency card comes up, it can also be that we're not fully comfortable with being transparent. We're kind of fighting it a little bit. And this may be due to abandonment. So you may have found, Libra, that in the past when you felt like you were really transparent and honest with people and you showed them this side of yourself, that you were often left feeling abandoned, or maybe like people couldn't meet you with what you were giving them. So you know what I mean? Like potentially people didn't fully abandon you, but the emotional depth that you were offering, if it wasn't able to be received and then, oh, sorry, I'm going to turn my light on. If it wasn't able to be received and honored in that same way, you know what I mean? Like when we tell someone, it's like telling someone something really deep that really matters to our heart, and they're just like, yep, cool. And you're like, no, like, I need more. Not that you need more, but you know what I mean? You were like pouring your heart out, and there was, you wanted to be, have an equal exchange and have someone, you know, really understand and be able to hold that. So it looks like that's what, you know, like, that might be a bit what's at stake right now. It might feel a little bit scary to be this new version of yourself, not new version, but like to be this more authentic version of yourself, to really return to that love of self, that beauty, that harmony, that gorgeousness that you truly are, and however you tend to use that energy, you know what I mean? So you might bring beauty to your work, you might bring beauty to your home, you might be you know, someone who actually physically works with goddesses. You might be a healer, a reader. You could even be someone who does something completely different, but everywhere in your life you try to instill a little bit of beauty and harmony and balance. Very Libran, yeah. So yeah, let's look into this a bit further. You also might be dealing with you know, abandonment in your life. You may find that as you're allowing people to really see you for who you truly are and how you want to be seen, that some people aren't sticking around, and that could really be painful. Or because Libran energy tends to really love friends. You know, they really care about how other people see them. They care about how they see others. They want that harmony. They want that balance. They want that reciprocity. There we go. And so, you know, if you're being your honest, like if you're showing your heart and other people aren't really supportive of that, that can really leave us feeling a bit abandoned and, you know, like people just aren't getting it. But Spirit is trying to encourage you that, you know, it's okay. This is just a phase. If anybody does leave at this time when you're truly being yourself, do not worry about it. Be like, thank you. Oh my goodness. Like, you know, the trash takes itself out. I don't want to say that, but you know what I mean? It's like, they weren't meant to be in your sphere anyway. And if you were needing to be something different to keep them around, then no, why would you want to do that? Because you are you have goddess energy, you have God energy, whether you're male or female. You have a powerful, attractive presence. You're likely very connected with animals. There's quite a few animals here, dolphins and birds. And it feels like, yeah, you're discovering the key to something in yourself right now. And so you do not want to have to limit your energy or dull yourself down to please other people. It's much better just to allow them to flow out if they're not able to hold you in all your power and your greatness. Okay. And also, yeah, and it's a really big time. You may be finding, obviously, like, you know, it can be hard to be all that we are. There's a lot of fears that arise up when we, you know, try and step into our power. And it's going to be really important to just take things slowly, Libra, and ensure that you're not abandoning yourself. So it can be, you know, and I've done this before as well. It's like we build ourselves up so much and we do all these things, and then sometimes we meet like one person and they're like, oh, you know, they send some judgment about something we're doing, and we just want to like push it down and be like, okay, well, I'm never doing that again, kind of thing. But Spirit's really encouraging you that don't abandon yourself. Don't do that. Like, do whatever you need to do, but like yourself will always be there. It's always going to wait for you no matter what road you choose. But Spirit's just encouraging you to be soft with yourself, to be transparent with yourself, and as much as you can, be your best friend, be that support system. Don't allow judgment or critique or things like this to separate you from yourself. Really try to it's like radical acceptance, like feeling powerful in how much you refuse to abandon yourself and how much you're saying to your inner child, I am here with you, I love you, I'm not going anywhere. Almost like, you know, like above the water you can't really see the dolphins, but she has all these like helpers here supporting her. And so it's that kind of feeling of like standing on your own, but feeling supported, feeling nourished in that water energy. Okay, so let's see what is, we'll pull some tarot and see what's going on a bit further. So Spirit, what is Libra's energy right now? Awesome. So feeling very creatively inspired, Libra. I almost called you Leo, so you could have Leo in your chart. I think and obviously we have Venus and Mars in Leo at this time. They're moving to Virgo very shortly, or probably by the time this reading is posted. Yeah, so King of Wands. So yeah, it feels like you've worked on a passion project for a while. This obviously could be a male in your life, or just someone that embodies masculine energy, because we did have the return of Aphrodite, as in it can be a return of a lover. Let's see, what is challenging the Libran energy right now? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Libras, it also may be a little bit of an ego thing with this, in, you know, in the nicest way possible. Like a king knows, like a king's already, a king has a lot of responsibility, that, you know, they're on the top of the pecking order. They deal out instructions, and, you know, people go and do it, and they're very sure of themselves. They've worked hard to get to that position. But with the Page of Pentacles as one of the challenges here, Libra, I feel like you may have an opportunity to start something new in the physical, which is very exciting. But it might be a feeling of like, well, am I going backwards if I do that? Like, I don't want to be in this beginner mindset again. Like, I don't want to start from the start. Like, I've done so much creatively to get myself here. Like, how can I go back? And then we also have the Three of Cups. So I often see the Three of Cups as like devotion, because, like, you know, it's that like sacred, like coming together with like-minded people that you really connect with, and offering up that cup, you know, together in a community. So you might be actually challenged by the people around you, by the like, there could be a lot of partying, there could be a lot of distractions happening around you, where Spirit's trying to test you and see how devoted you are to this, to what you're really passionate about, to this thing that you've started. It could be a new job, obviously, with the Page of Pentacles here, but there is a challenge here. You could also be being challenged to have a new beginning in friendships and things like that, to really find a tight-knit community that's a lot more emotionally aligned with you and your goals and where you want to go. Let's see, what was the energy leading up to this? Okay. So it looks like in the past there was, you know, something big that happened that really shook you a little bit and made you think about, okay, why am I here? What am I doing? What has actual meaning in life? Going back to that energy reading as well. But we can see the Judgment is in reverse, as is the Two of Swords. Is it? Is it Two of Swords? Okay. Yeah, I feel like you've been really questioning, like, what you're doing. Like, is what I'm doing in my life, does it have meaning for my soul? Like, is it truly what I'm going to, you know, like, is it, you know, is it going to hold up to spiritual judgment? Like, is, when all is said and done, is what I'm doing, does it have meaning for me? Is it what I want to, you know, dedicate myself to? And I think you've been really stuck in your head about this energy in the past. It was really like, oh, like, you know, I can't make a decision. What if I make the wrong decision? Like, really going back and forth in the mind. But then to show up as the King of Wands, it feels like, you know, like there is a boldness about you. But I think you're still thinking, the King of Wands is still thinking about, you know, am I making the right decision, and being a little bit caught up in the head. Okay, what is the upcoming energy for Libra Spirit? What do they need to know? Okay. Is there anything else? Awesome. Okay. So the upcoming energy that we can see is a Strength card. We also have the Six of Pentacles. And the Four of Wands. Okay, Libra, so the steps that are coming up are going to require that you have a lot of inner strength, that you're going to have to rely on your inner resources, your willpower, your grit. Like, you're going to have to remind yourself, or it's in your highest and best to remind yourself, you know, like, I have the strength and endurance to get through this, that if I desire something, I'm going to get a happy ending at the end. And it looks like it's going to come through, like there's going to be opportunities that are coming up for you where you're going to be able to be of service to other people. You're going to be able to, you know, give out your energy in a balanced way to those that really need it. Alternatively, obviously, you can be the person that is needing help, and someone's going to come through for you coming up that's really going to assist you to get to this next level. Yeah, because then we have the Four of Wands, which is, now the Four of Wands can be like a family reunion. So you might have something with the family coming up here where you might need some, you know, inner strength to be able to get through it, depending on, how the energy balances in your family. But what I see this more as is it's a success, a reason to celebrate, a strong foundation, like partying, excitement, fun. So that's beautiful. Let's see what's happening in the conscious mind. Okay. And what's happening in the subconscious? Why is that there? Okay, so consciously I can see that you're in a bit of a rest phase. Something happened. It could have been to do with your mother, just because we see a mother and child on the Four of Swords, but it's more like after a heartbreak, there's been a need to rest, to recuperate, to find mental balance again, to allow some of the stress to dissolve off you, and that's what you've been really focused on. So it does seem like you've been taking some much needed time to yourself and to really allow your mind to rebalance. And I feel like, you know, the past was so stressful, you might have completely just burnt yourself out, and now your conscious mind is like, okay, look, I need a break, like I just need to give myself a second. As we said with that challenge, you might be a bit distracting yourself with, you know, good times, drinking, having fun. Nothing wrong with that, but just ensure that obviously this new beginning that's challenging you right now, that you're able to also spend the time and devote yourself in a way that is going to set you up for success. You know, we all need enough time to be able to start something new and put action behind it. Okay, and what's happening in the subconscious? So what's happening below the surface while all of this is kind of playing out in your day-to-day? I can see that there's, we have the 7 of Wands. So your subconscious feels like it's in protection mode, like it's defending itself. All these things are coming at it. And I said, why is this happening? And it's because something ended where you had to move away. You had to really move away from what was known and go off on your own journey towards something that excited you, that made you happy. Like a passionate new creative endeavor, or something that just really put fire in your soul. But yeah, I feel like you are still a little bit defensive around this. It might have been quite hard to leave that thing for you. Okay. And the next few cards that we have the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Three of Swords. So there might have been just a lot of dominating energy around you, or people like giving their opinions. It could have been that, like lasting, established structures, authorities, things like this. Even like potentially old religious beliefs and things have really been fired up and coming into your consciousness right now. And it's just leading to absolute heartbreak. Just feeling like you're torn in pieces, like you don't, you're emotionally very worn out, maybe from trying to please everything and balance everything. Yeah, make sure you're just being a little bit patient again and gentle with yourself right now, Libra, because the fact that these things are coming up, it's not because you're wrong. It's not because you need to like do what everyone else is doing, or force yourself into a line that people say is correct. It's more trying to show you that some of these swords that are in your heart, and remember, like, these swords are like beliefs. Swords represent like ideas, beliefs, things like this. And so when we look at the Three of Swords, a fantastic tarot reader, Rise Up Good Witch, I believe her Instagram now is Karina Rosella, once said that like the Three of Swords, it's like the quality of your life is directly related to the quality of questions that you're asking. And so, if it's like, why me? Like, why am I never good enough? Like we're putting these swords in our heart. But when we can change the way that we're perceiving and change the quality of the questions that we're asking, then we can start to actually gain movement, and we can create space for ourselves and curiosity and accept ourselves a little bit more, because there's likely a reason that these old beliefs are coming up, these old things that you feel like, it's like when the Emperor and Hierophant are here together, I feel like it's like they're really like, like, this is what you should do, and blah, 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 like, I'm going to tell you, like whether it's religion or a family member or society at large. But this is trying to show you that you don't have to keep these beliefs in your heart anymore, and you definitely don't deserve to have them in your heart. You're very creative, and something is being offered here for you, but it will require, again, that strength and that ability to really maybe even be of service to yourself, to show up every day diligently and remind yourself, no, I don't have to believe in those beliefs anymore. That is not my reality. Those people had that reality, or whatever it may be. And, like, if it doesn't feel good, leave it for them. They, you don't have to join in their suffering just because they told you that you should. Yeah. Okay, Libra. So we're going to leave the, we'll get some advice from your higher self, and then we'll get some more advice, and then let's jump over to Patreon, because this is, quite clear and very interesting. So what would your higher self do? Okay, listen to your intuition. We have the High Priestess coming through here. There is, your higher self is saying that right now there's options to see behind the veil, to really understand yourself better, to understand your soul on a deeper level and come into closer communication and connection with it. So don't don't try to escape, or don't feel like your you know, like try as much as you can, you know, send it into your heart and ask your heart what it would do, because I think that's going to provide a lot of clarity. Okay, is there any more advice from the higher self from the tarot deck? No. Okay. All right, so we're going to get some more advice from Archangel Michael, and then we will jump over to Patreon. If you guys love this reading, please do like, comment, let me know what's going on. If you feel comfortable, share it with a friend. That really, really helps, or share it on social media. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Molly the Star Kid. And yeah, okay, Spirit, what advice do you have for Libra right now? What is a higher self advice? What would that spirit team tell them? Cool. Awesome. And is there any last advice? Cool. All right, Libra. So the first card of advice that you get is Divine Guidance, Golden Tongued Wisdom. So this is wisdom that can come from anywhere. You can, like, you know, put your Spotify on shuffle and the song that comes up might have a special message for you. Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key, and this sacred key brings you guidance delivered incidentally by another. So it can be just turning on the radio and something that they say, you know, relates with a question that you asked Spirit an hour ago. You can overhear someone's conversation and it has like it resonates with you, or you get a certain meaning from even 2 words. Like, you don't have to eavesdrop the whole conversation. You can if you want, who knows, you know, but no, it's more just like, yeah, those like snap things, or when, you know, when someone just says something to you that's completely out of character and you're just like, oh, okay. And like, it's the divine bringing forth that message to you in whatever way it can. You know, it sees a soul that's a bit open and they're like, oh, cool, say this to Libra. We need them to know this. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for for wisdom that's coming through around you. Your next card is Creative Solutions, Libra. Think outside the square. So Archangel Michael assists you now to consider and examine alternative options. This will lead to a peaceful and perfect resolution of issues at hand. And remember, we saw that with your tarot card, where it's like you might be very established in a certain area, but there's a new opportunity that's being offered in the physical that will require a bit of modesty and having to, you know, have that just humbleness to begin something again, even when you feel like you might have already surpassed that level. So make sure you are thinking creatively. Don't knock anything too quickly. Really have a feel into it. Okay, and your last card from your higher self is Conscious Breathing, a deep breath. Archangel Michael asks you to take a slow, deep breath and to bring inner peace and balance. Breathe in calm, breathe out stress. I think that's really important, Libra. And remember, green is the color of the heart chakra. So if you are feeling a little bit exhausted, just envision beautiful golden green light covering you as you're taking those breaths, you know, just removing that stress from you and refilling your whole body, every single cell, every single energy channel, chakra, completely filled with beautiful spiritual light that can heal all pain, heal all blockage and resistance, and just allow you to feel a bit more flowing. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for being here. If this is where you leave me, then thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll be back next month with more monthly readings. Make sure you watch for your sun, moon, rising, and north node. And otherwise, I'll see you in 2 secs on Patreon. Bye, guys.